Hey, what's up, guys? You already know, fall is God season. 7's up. Hey, what's up, guys? God gang. Your real life Reverend ordained minister out here gaming it up, Reverend Fernando. So let's get into it. Just putting my phone on the channel so I don't miss no comments. I never really get comments anyways, but just in case, you know. Let's get into it.
Check your gear soon.
Damn, he got me in midair.
Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
I usually hop on Fortnite first, but today I really liked how I was playing the other day on Warzone, so I hopped on. I'm home by myself, so if you guys hear voices, it's from outside my stalkers, because earlier my family left, right, and I was cooking, and then all of a sudden voices right by my front window. I was like, what the hell? It's like they're just trying to play mind games, these stalkers. I've already been tempted to be framed and stuff like that, so it's like crazy.
Targets are up. Get to work. Bounty target identified. You're clear to engage.
I thought I seen someone in. Oh, definitely someone's been here. Dang, he got me. He's pretty good. My aim's not the best, that's why.
survive, you earn your freedom. Time for a fight. Get ready to fight. You're next. You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Earn your way out.
Oh, they got me.
If they hit us hard that time,
I don't want to spectate. I hate when I put spectate on accident. Ooh, it's hot. I gotta check my beans. Put my water. Added some more water to my beans.
Time to practice. We'll be deploying soon. Soldier incoming. Preparation is done. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Ooh, that's hard.
Battle Royale. You've got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone. Primary objective.
Dang, you fucked me up.
Supply cache located.
That's something I need to work on. Is I still cuss because I've been cussing for so long. I need to work on the not cussing or limiting
Win
it.
this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Beat them down or capture the objective.
Let's go. My mom got me some food yesterday straight from the store, the Ross grocery store right here in Oregon, and then as soon as she brought it back, it was a donut, some tofu. I ate it, right? And I started feeling sick to my stomach, started feeling stuff in my throat, like my skin was like feeling prickly things all over my back, and I was like, what the heck? So I text her and stuff, and tell her, and she's like, oh, she just thought I was just tripping, but no, I've been suspecting my mom is poisoning my food supply, and because I have stalkers and people trying to frame me, and now people trying to poison me. It's been happening for about a year. The other day I had a 2-week stomach ache, and then I was spitting up blood. It was crazy. Sorry, my dog barking at people outside. People keep walking by the front.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
But yeah, then I texted her, and then she got home. She's like, I believe you. People have been stalked, because she admitted people were stalking her too. She reported it, and I remember she used to say that to me all the time. And then people were stalking her. She said, and people tried to ram her car. So I think they're trying to make her poison me. Oh, I forgot I had a burst turn. But yeah, so then that happened, and then she got home and admitted to me. She's like, yeah, I believe you're getting stalked. I believe they're poisoning you. And then so I was like, okay, can I record you on video? So she asked me yesterday to do the carpet, to shampoo the carpet, because she stays in the living room because she's disabled and needs more room. So she needs that area, and she lives out there, she carpet because she uses her wheelchair and stuff like that, and it gets dirty. And so I did it for her. Then I texted her, I did the carpet, asked her if she had some soap for the carpet so I can do, and then she's like, no, in the car. And then I just used my laundry soap because of that. It cleans the carpet good. But then after that, she got home and admitted it, and then I made the video and I uploaded it to YouTube. I uploaded it to Facebook and other places, you know what I'm saying? And she just admitted that that people are stalking me because she noticed people outside our front window talking, which I notice all the time, especially when I go to the kitchen, or sometimes to my back window. So yeah, I caught people in my back window. I caught them and recorded them. It was a male and a female talking, and when I was sleeping, and I had my window open, and they were like, oh, I think he's awake right when I woke up, and I just started recording him. So then,
Holding for deployment. Take this time to warm up.
So then, yeah. So yeah, then then she admitted all that, and then she even admitted that people trying to ram her car, and I was like, whoa, you never told me that, and stuff like that. So I think that they might be trying to force her to poison me and stuff like that. So I also suspected that she's just playing at her own free will, conspiring with these stalkers. So yeah, I thought that too, because this poisoning thing's been happening for about a year. When I caught my mom high on meth, my sister Miranda high on meth, my mom Angelita high on meth. Woke up and I seen them, and they were high on meth with their friend Melissa, because they always hang out when they were all drug addicts, and I was sober at the time, you know, and I'm still sober. But I woke up and seen my vegan burger patties on the counter inside a Ziploc bag, which they're not supposed to be on the counter or in a Ziploc. No one eats them but me. And on the counter was also a specimen medical bag, biohazard one, and it was like only on the counter by it.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Damn, that was gold AK. But anyway, yeah. So it's been happening for a while, and I caught them high on meth. As soon as I woke up, I woke up and they were all high on meth. And my burger patties were in a Ziploc baggie with with the biohazard specimen bag, like from medical, you know, from like a hospital or something. And so I believe they were putting something to make me sick in my food, and while they're all high on meth, and I'm over in my room sleeping, you know, and I wake up and I think they forgot that it was on the counter or something because it was so there and it was so obvious. And at that point, I wrote it down and stuff, and then
it's time. Breaks.
Then I guess I always forget you could shoot through the walls in this game. But yeah, then I wrote it down and stuff, and then ever since then I suspected, you know, because I was already suspecting. I already had these feelings that my food was off because I was getting stomach aches here and there. I couldn't eat for a couple days here and there, and I was getting like low energy and stuff like this, and it was affecting me like that. And so I assumed that before I actually found them, you know, with my food in the bag and stuff, and it wasn't even supposed to be in a Ziploc bag because the package is already like a Ziploc bag. So that was just really suspicious at that point. And then throughout, this was like last year when I found out, and I already suspected them for more than a year. Oh, he shot me.
Learn from the loss. Failure is a wise teacher.
I already suspected they were pushing my food before that, and this was like around November, October last year. And when I woke up, even then, when I woke up, they were like, it was on the counter, and they were, I don't know, I felt weird vibes, and my mom was like sick there, and Melissa was massaging her leg. I was like, what? That's weird. And then she was feeling good, and then all of a sudden, I prayed for my mom right there, and then after I prayed, I was like, I can call 911 right now, if anything. And then Melissa leaves the house and then calls 911 for 911. And I was like, okay, that's weird. First off, you know what I mean? As soon as I wake up, this is all happening. And the things I noticed about my food being poisoned and all that. And so yeah, and I thought that was weird. And I've always suspected Melissa as one of my stalkers and one of those people trying to poison me and hurt me or frame me somehow. So at that point, I was like, I never trusted her. I never really talked to her like that. She always kept kind of trying to come knock on my room door and offer me drugs and stuff. I would be awake and I would just act like I'm sleeping and not reply to her, because I never really liked her. I don't have no hate towards her. It's just I didn't have, you know, when you meet somebody and you're like, you have they have that bad energy and that bad aura about them. Yeah, that just threw me off because I can't stand bad people, even like criminals. I can't be around. It gives me anxiety, all these things. So she always gave me anxiety, and so then I just never hung up with her, even though she always tried to offer me drugs and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm good, you know what I mean? And then yeah, she even poisoned me one time before I got sober. Poisoned me and give me some bad stuff. And then she was like saying from the living room, I was in my room by myself, oh, you're strong, huh? You're a strong one, huh? And I was like, whoa, that's weird, you know what I mean? So yeah, and I was feeling weird. I was seeing colors and stuff. She was like, it was like almost like a psychedelic type of thing. But yeah, it was a trip. Like I had a little trip. I was still like, you know, those things and stuff like that. It was just starting to see colors and things like that. So now she poisoned me. So I didn't accept nothing from her. But then I already got sober since last year, so it didn't matter. Like if she offered anything, I told everyone that I don't bring drugs around me. They still continue to do drugs until this year. My mom and my sister were still doing drugs until this year, high on methamphetamines. And so I was sober since last year. So I just kind of like became sober. And then I became a reverend ordained minister, Reverend Fernando, and now I took vows of pacifism, or vows of abstinence, you know, and I'm a vegan and sobriety, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to purify myself, mind, body, and soul for God. And that was just amazing for me. But yeah, and then like the other day, like I was talking about how she bought me a tofu and donut, and I started feeling like things poking my skin and my back mostly, but some on my chest and my shoulders, and then my back feels like weird now. It feels like all the pores are open, and like, you know, it almost felt like something was coming on my back, but I was like, nah. But the only thing that could happen is like if I felt this before when I was in addiction, and you know, I just thought it was that. But now that I understand more that people were poisoning my stuff and my food now, so now I have to expose it, whether it's my mom or whether it's other. I would never want to hurt my mom, but if she's doing criminal things against me, it's only right that she you know, that she stop, or that, you know, she get exposed. But you know what I mean, I love my mom to death, and I would never want to see her, you know, do those things, but I could never manage her doing those things. But this evidence is just so But yeah, this evidence keeps adding up. I have like over a year's worth of journal entries since last year, you know what I'm saying? And I got a few journals, and I've been writing every single day what I suspect, what I see, what I hear, what I eat, you know what I'm saying? And this keeps happening for my mom. My mom comes back from the grocery store, and all of a sudden the packages look like they've been poked with a needle and have a little air in it, and you can squeeze the air out, you know, and feel the air come out. Packages look resealed, like with their been melted. So yeah, it was just like really. I have pictures of melted packages that look melted and smell melted, and you know what I'm saying. So it's just really suspect. Really suspect, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's only my mom and my sister that are around my food. So, unless they take it somewhere else before they came. And the other day, like what I suspect, they took it to my aunt's Melinda's house, because I don't know, I had a dream that Jason and Melinda were trying to poison me, but I don't know. That's a dream, so you know what I mean, I can only suspect and speculate. But anyways, and also, by the way, I have dreams that actually have told me the future, and I told my mom my dreams, and then it comes true, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why sometimes I listen to my dreams as a real message. But anyways, I told her when she got home, I was getting the food from the car, right? And my sister was there with her. I went around to the passenger seat and grabbed the waters. Because she texted me, get the waters, they're heavy, and my sister's pregnant, so she couldn't carry the waters. So I went around to the passenger seat the other day to grab the Winco bags, 2 Winco bags, and I guess they went to Winco in Independence, Oregon to go shopping. And this was already like 9:30 at night, and I show them the bags. I show them the bags open, and she sees what I have in my hand outside at the front door, and I was like, this is tampered with. And then she, like, her eyes bulged out of her head, and she was like, look, like, whoa, how did he know? Like, you know what I mean? That look when you're bulged out of my head, how did you find out? Or, you know what I'm saying? She had that look on her face. She looks at my sister, which is standing by the door, but because my mom's still in the car, and she was like, we shouldn't get that kind, or something like that. But she looked scared, like I just caught her doing something bad. At that point, I took it in and then checked my other food, and only my food was only my food was affected, and it was all my vegan meats, like some chicken nuggets and some chicken patties that were vegan. So at that point, it was crazy. What the fuck? Why did someone pop in my voice chat? Hackers, nigga, I swear. I don't care if they listen to me, it's live anyways. Anyone can listen to me. Anyways, yeah, at that point, I checked my food, and there's like vegan chicken nuggets, vegan chicken patties and stuff like that, because I eat that with some veggies, you know, usually, or make little chicken sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, I checked them, and they all had holes. Every single one of my packages that I eat, and only I eat, have holes and needle holes coming from, and the only one that went to grocery shopping is my sister Miranda and my mom Angelita. So at that point, it was just a whole more suspicion. I write it down, you know, I make videos. Every time I have an incident, I make a video and upload it now, because I don't care. I'm exposing every little thing that happens to me, whether I sound crazy, whether I'm wrong. But even if I'm wrong, I can admit I'm wrong. But as long as the possibility is there, I'm gonna expose it, you know what I mean, because I could be right. But if I'm wrong, I'll just say I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no problem in that. There's no issue in being wrong. You just, as long as you commit it to yourself. But yeah, at that point, yeah, I checked it, and I told her, and then when I was putting the food away, and then she was like, she was like, that was a good shot. He ran into that one. Yeah, and at that point, she called Winco in Independence, Oregon, and she's like telling me, we finally got some packages, but this is ongoing. She shopped at Winco, Independence, Oregon. She shopped at Winco, South Salem, Oregon. She shopped at Grocery Outlet, downtown Salem, Oregon. She shopped all these stores. The same things happen to all my food. So it's like, it can't be every coincidence that every store is just like being tampered with, you know what I'm saying, or is company straight coming, because it's all different companies, all different kinds of brands of vegan food, but it only happens to be my food, you know what I'm saying? And then at that point, she called and she said, oh, it was just remember this, it's 9:36 at night. I remember it's 9:36 because I made a video. And at that point, it was like, she called, I was putting the food away, and she was like, called Independence, Oregon, Winco, and she was like, oh, we got some food early, or this afternoon. I was like, huh, afternoon? It's 9:30 at night. Where were you with all my food? You know what I'm saying? Like, where were you with the whole groceries until 9:30 at night from afternoon? She was like, oh, I just said that. She like panicked real quick, and she just like, oh, no, I just said that. So all these things are just like getting revealed to me and adding up. And so from afternoon, which was like 1 to 4, that's afternoon, you know what I'm saying? As soon as it's 5 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's all evening time. So afternoon, it would have been afternoon, which would be noon to what, 4 o'clock. So in between noon and 4 o'clock, they got the food. I'm pretty sure you can probably see it on the Winco in Independence, Oregon cameras. I haven't, you know what I mean, seen when they got the food. You can get the receipts, I don't know. But at that point, that's when I suspected them of doing more stuff to my food, you know, and it's only my food. And she called and said, oh, I bought some food afternoon, and I just and it's been tampered with, or something has holes in it or something, after I told her, you know what I'm saying? And so that was suspect as heck. And so these things keep happening, and this keeps looking like my mom. Yeah, and it keeps looking like my mom, and stuff. And I suspect my sister Miranda, which is pregnant too, is working with my mom. I suspect that my family members, not just these ones, but my family, they may be doing something from my other family, or my aunts, or my, you know what I'm saying, my brother as well. I suspect him, even though he never talks to me, and even when I ask him for help or something, he just like tries to get me to do a scam. I'm like, I'm a man of God, I don't do scams, I don't do nothing like that. So, you know what I mean, I'm a man of God, I don't do nothing wrong. And so, like, I just keep asking for help, and he just never texts me or never helps me. So I suspect him because he doesn't even like I don't know. He just has that bad vibe, and also had dreams of him being demonic and trying to kill me. So, and he also works at the hospital. My mom's, the people who I know work at the hospital is one of my ex-girlfriends, but she doesn't live in state, or so she says. She doesn't live in the state, but I've suspected she lived in the state, you know, because she lived here before. But anyways, my brother Isaac, which works at the hospital, my aunt Josephina works at the hospital, and my aunt Hermelinda Diltz, you know what I'm saying? My aunt Josephina, Maya, Sanchez or something like that, and yeah, they all worked at a hospital. And the specimen biohazard bag looks like a hospital bag with those big black and orange, you know, front on it, like saying biohazard and everything. So someone had to get that from the hospital, right? So the only people I know that my family knows, well, I don't know who they all know, but that's who I can say that's at the hospital who could have provided that type of thing to try to make me sick or try to poison my vegan food. But anyways, I've been without meat in my life for 2 years. I journeyed from vegetarian to vegan from 2 years ago, July, you know, 2 years ago. And since then, I felt healthier, but now my food's getting poisoned and stuff like that. I'm feeling things like make my skin irritated and stuff like that. So it's like all these things are happening that I have to expose who it is. I don't care, because I'm not doing anything wrong. I can understand if I was like living in the life of sin or like doing bad things, like, you know, people are gonna come and do bad against me. But now I'm doing good. I live for God, and that's all I do. So it's like, leave me alone. But yeah, that's all I do. So it was like, I was like, but yeah, that's all I do. I thought I was gonna die right there. Oh, I guess I did. Something like that. Well, yeah, it's like all I do is read the Bible, play video games, you know, and pray, meditate, you know, and read the Bible online, YouTube, online, TikTok, you know, sometimes on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I started my own like online ministry. God's Soul Christianity, you know what I'm saying? It's like all I do is try to do good, and these things are still all happening bad against me, and it's like crazy, bro. It's like super crazy. Yeah. It's like I suspected friends trying to set me up, like the homie Gavino. I had bad vibes. He gave me some lace drugs that were making me and my Severiano, my cousin, I call him my cousin because he's like cousin by marriage, or was, and we grew up together kind of like here and there, seen him family events and stuff like that. So yeah, he gave us both like some lace drugs, and we were like, I seen Cheve with Severiano was sleeping. They were trying to leave me in this house that they invited me to, and he said it was his house, but I don't know, there was a green van outside, and I suspected like they were trying to set me up, and I had those bad vibes, and I was feeling tired because I felt like he laced my drugs, and he was trying to like get me to fall asleep there, and I was like falling over a little bit. So they were trying to go outside, right? And then they were leaving, and I was like, I'm gonna go outside too. And they're like, no, just stay here. But they were already getting in the car and like trying to leave. I was like, what? That's suspect as hell. You know what I'm saying? So then I was there. Trevor was in the green van, just like passed out, and I was like leaning on the van, like talking to Gavino, like I feel like I was getting set up. I have bad feelings. I feel kind of tired. I chug a Red Bull I brought with me, try to keep me up, and I called my mom from Gavino's phone, and then called my mom from Gavino's phone, and then to pick me up because I felt bad vibes, and my mom's the one that dropped me off, you know. So yeah, it was just all these things, bro. It's like crazy, and I felt like they set me up, and then he always tried to kick it with me, you know. And I didn't see nothing wrong with that at first, but then when I was getting those bad vibes, was like that's when I started feeling like weird, and he was trying to leave me there. Like I can tell he was trying to leave me there. Like I don't know if he was trying to set me up somehow or anything like that. But yeah, he was trying to leave me in that house, in like some attic area with a whole bunch of like graffiti on the walls. Yeah, he invited me in there and answered the door, the front door, you know, Gavino did, and my mom dropped me off, so she seen him answer the door and everything, and then he made me leave my bottle downstairs, and I was like, oh, that's weird, why? I'm coming to kick it, you know what I'm saying? So I left it downstairs, and he gave it to me later, and I was like, okay, I drank a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He gave me a couple beers, stuff like that, and we was drinking. This is way before I got sober, and then I always felt weird about that. The whole situation was feeling weird from when he made me keep my bottle downstairs, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I went upstairs to the little attic room. There was a room, and then there was a little attic with graffiti, and we're kicking it, me and Cheve, and Cheve is Severiano, me, Cheve, and Gavino. And then I was like, oh, you know, talking, kicking it, trying to rap and stuff. I took some videos. I even took videos when we were outside, you know, because I felt weird, and I was feeling like he was going to set me up. So then at that point, I was like, I was just tripping, like, and I wasn't tripping, I was just like in my head, like thinking these things, and I was like, what's happening, you know?
Objective update. Secures that position.
like, you know what I'm saying? And then I just felt that, and then he kept trying to like hit me up, like we was kicking with the homegirls and stuff like that, and he was like hit me up on video chat from one of their Facebooks and stuff. He's like, hey, what's up, homie, I love you, you know, come kick it, you know what I'm saying? Because he was with 2 girls, and the girls don't excite me no more, you know what I'm saying? I'm abstinent. So I was like, at that point I wasn't really like, I wasn't even sexually active. I was like, whatever, girls are cool, you know, but it's like, I don't need that, you know what I'm saying, especially at that time when I'm still feeling like people were trying to go against me. So at that time, he just kept trying to invite me places and to go, like, so I just didn't trust him at that point, and I just like brushed him off every time he tried to invite me, you know. But yeah, so I just stopped trusting him, you know what I mean, and then yeah, it was just hella weird. But yeah, and then when I was locked up in prison, his cousin Jonathan Kurtz, bro, honestly, I felt like he was trying to set me up too, from prison, bro. Like, I've heard, like, he started this little joke, speaking to the microphone, and at that time, I didn't think nothing of it, but after I got out and I started thinking, like, why would he say that? He would be wearing long sleeve shirts, right? So I think he was wearing, like, a wire in prison, trying to get me to confess things, because we were, like, best friends on the streets, you know what I mean? But usually it was just him and Angel who were really best friends. That's why they would always do, like, stupid shit, like I would hear about them, like, running around with the shotguns and, like, all these things, bro. Like, I don't know. I would never be around. But yeah, then they stopped hanging out with me. They would never let me touch the shotgun or anything. They're, like, selfish with it. I don't know why. But, so I'm glad, because I never got to use it, because that shit would have made me, like, I'm glad I'm a man of God, never had to use no type of weapons against nobody, you know what I'm saying? So that just, like, saves me and saves me from having anxiety. I have bad anxiety, people trying to frame me or trying to use my past against me, you know? But, so I'm glad I never done nothing like that. But, yeah, heard a lot of stories about them, and then they stopped hanging out with me, you know what I mean, because they used to, like, rob cars and all this type of stuff. Like, I was just like, whoa, that's too much. But I stopped hanging out with them. Angel Cardenas and Jonathan Kurtz, I stopped hanging out with them because they, like, never hit me up anymore. So I was just like, whatever. I was homeless, and I was staying at with my mom at her friend Denise's house, which is like my old babysitter growing up. And I would stay there, you know, because we're homeless. I was like 17 years old. And
losing ground.
I was like 17 years old at this time, and they stopped hanging out with me. So I just, like, literally just would go to the mall by myself, hang out by myself. 17 years old, you know, didn't really know what I was doing. I was homeless, wasn't, you know, no family was helping me. No family really ever helps me. You know, every once in a while they do if I ask, but even when I ask, like, people just, like, don't want to help me. It's like I don't do nothing wrong to, you know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. But anyways, I was 17 years old, homeless, staying with my mom at her friend Denise babysitter, and I was hearing all these stories about Angel and John, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Then they get locked up for like doing a shootout and stuff like that, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then they snitch on each other, I heard, and you know what I mean, around that time I was like thinking, like, I have nobody in my life, I have no real friends, my friends are ditching me, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really sad about it. It was just like getting boring in life, and then I don't know, it was just like crazy. So then I just stopped, like, you know.
It's over.
Oh, I forgot how to do recon. I forgot. I was just messing around talking. But yeah, it was just like crazy at that time. So then after that, I haven't seen him for a long time. Then I seen him in prison, and I think he was trying to set me up somehow, with wearing a microphone. You know what I mean? Even though he's the one that does he was like the one that just like all the bad things. Like mainly when I hung out with him, it was like I was just like a follower at that time. I didn't know my way. I was young. I was brainwashed, thinking this stuff was cool, and they were just like leading me, and Jonathan was getting in fights like every single day, you know what I'm saying? And he had my back, you know. A lot of times, you know, some fools were chasing us, and he thought they got me, and he turned around and punched him, you know, by my homie Danny's house, and I was like, cool. And yeah, Yeah, it was just crazy, bro. And but we had good times and stuff. But like, I don't trust anybody no more. Really don't. Then I brought that up because I went to the doctor's office, to my doctor's office, which my mom referred me to this doctor, Dr. Gerald Williams from Oregon. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I've always felt anxiety from this doctor. I never really trusted him. He's a bald white man, and at that point it was like, you know. And then my mom said yesterday, "Oh, the Klan members are after you." And then after I put this together, that this guy's a white man that's bald, and I got researched his background. He's like from the army and stuff. That these supremacists or white people are like infiltrating, you know, things like this. And this is just a crazy conspiracy at this point. Some of it, and so it's just all based on suspicions and vibes right now. But I've recorded everything at the doctor's office. I felt like people were trying to set me up. People kept saying targets, you know, target here, target this, and I was like, okay, that's weird, you know what I mean, trying to play it off. And they were looking at me, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then some other girl was like sitting down at the waiting area, and I was standing up walking because I had anxiety from all this already happening. People were following me on the bus. They would spot me, and I seen like at least two to three people follow me. One sitting in the front, one sitting across from me, pointing their phone at me like we were talking on the phone, or on FaceTime. But they flipped the camera. I seen them flip the camera towards me to look at me, and then I got off the bus, and then the other one got off the bus with me. Yeah, and then started walking off the other way. But yeah. And one looked like a native Mexican guy. He had a light tat of the Hecho Mexico tat on his neck, which it looked like. And the other lady was just an older lady with like brownish gray hair, and she was on the phone covering her face the most of the time. So yeah, and just sitting across from me, and she looked at me a couple of times. But yeah, no, I suspect that one was following me too. That's the only ones I really picked up really vibes of people following me from. But yeah, and then I got on the bus from the city bus. I left my house and got on the city bus, you know, and then went to the doctor's. Then I got off the bus. That guy followed me with the tattoo on his neck, and then I went to the doctor's. I just had anxiety from the get-go, and it's like all like cut off, like they had a little desk at the front of the doors to take your temperature and stuff like that. And then they like took my temperature. They asked, what am I here to see? I was like, Dr. Williams, and you know, Dr. Gerald Williams, and this and that. And then they say, okay, you go that way, whatever. You already knew it's a family medicine right there. And honestly, I suspect that Dr. Williams doesn't even work there. He just tried to send me there because when I first got him, he was at an office here in the other part of Salem, in you know, Polk County. And I would go up there all the time and see him. And it was just like a little, you know, corner office. It was like the couple doctors that worked there, a couple receptionists, and that was it. And so then they sent me a letter that he's moving. But then I just looked online yesterday. It says he works in Kaiser, bro. It says he works in Kaiser in an office or something. So at that point now I already suspected it before I looked it up. I suspected that he didn't work at that Salem clinic. He just wanted me to go. But then I went to that. I'm going to get back to the doctor visit. I was there. I noticed people there like looking at me. I was making recordings of my whole thing here and there. I recorded myself like walking in circles as I have anxiety, and people were looking at me, you know what I'm saying? And people were like, some lady said, like some blondish brown girl was sitting there with a clipboard, and I had my initials on the back. Like, okay, at this point I was like thinking, are these like actors? Are these people stalking me? Are these like that? And I don't know if it was mind games, because it also can be mind games just to make me sound crazy. So I keep that in my mind at all times. But I suspect these things that are more than mind games. But anyways, at that point I see my initials on the back of a clipboard, and she's holding it up where I can see, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's weird. Why would my initials don't even like match nothing to the doctor's office, so why would my initials be on the back of a clipboard? She's holding it up where I can see. And then, you know, I mean, even the receptionist when I was checking in was kind of acting funny. She looked familiar. She looked like someone I knew from like Boys and Girls Club days, but when I was younger. Anyways, She looked like the girl Sammy that I used to know in Boys and Girls Club days when I was growing up, middle school and high school days. But yeah, I didn't ask, you know what I'm saying, because I was had anxiety. I didn't feel like talking, just what I had to. I had my headset on with my mic on, you know what I'm saying, and they were just looking at me, and I was making video recordings of myself saying I'm at the doctor. You still got these videos, you know, like you see other people in the videos. So I don't know if they were like setting me up, or if some of them maybe my stalkers. This is only speculation at this point. Yeah, some old guy with like gray hair was like looking at me, and then he said he was talking to a receptionist after looking at me, and he was like, oh, target this, target that, and he was talking about his pharmacy, but he was like saying target this, and I felt that vibration of like feeling weird energy from him, because he was like looking at me and pinpointing me out. And then that was just hella weird. Yeah, and then there's an old guy with his wife or something that was like there. So I don't know. And then my doctor, you know, keeps trying to get me to. Oh snap! But yeah, that old guy was just with his wife or something, and he just looked at me. Everyone was wearing face masks, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they kept telling me to put my face mask on, but I felt weird. Well, I just kept like talking and like not being around, like 6 feet away from other people, you know what I'm saying? And just walking in this little circle in the little waiting area and recording, saying I'm at the doctor's office and that. And then like they put me into the room. I went like an hour early, so I was waiting in the waiting room for a nice little time, you know, like half an hour to an hour. So they called my name, take my weight, you know, I lost 35 pounds, and I was sober, so it was like not from like anything bad, it was just like from eating healthier and being vegan. And so I was proud of that. And then, but yeah, at that point it was fun. It was not fun, but that part of the game was fun. I meant on my COD. But yeah, at that point they put me in the room, and the nurse was like an older lady with like blonde hair. I was like recorder. I asked her if I can record her to say I'm at the doctor's office and stuff like that, and she's like, yeah. And I was telling a story how people tried to frame me putting drugs in my house and in my couch that my mom had got me, and that it was crazy, because you know what I mean, I had to call the FBI and report it, and I recorded her because she gave me permission and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah. And then I recorded her. This is my nurse, you know what I mean, from the doctor's office right now. And then she left. She took my blood pressure or whatever. I lifted up my sleeve and she took it, and then after that I was just like, you know, waiting for my doctor, and it was in there was like a broken black tube on the counter, and I kept hearing like this air coming in, and this sounds crazy, I know I sound crazy, but it's not a crazy delusion, because I was recording these things, you know what I'm saying, and I see my doctor's picture on the wall, and I take a video of it, you know what I'm saying, this is my doctor, I'm at the doctor's office, you know what I mean, and I recorded myself in the little waiting room because I was bored and stuff like that, waiting for the doctor, Dr. Gerald Williams. And then he had hair in the picture, right? It's the same picture like from the off the internet that I searched. I seen it, and he had brown hair, like, you know, nice little length, not long, but you know, combable back, and then but now he's bald. So yeah, then I was waiting, recording and stuff, and I felt anxiety just the whole time, bro. And usually my anxiety is like my bodily reaction to things that are happening around me that I don't know, but my soul and my body knows, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was just chilling in the little office, waiting, not the office, but the little doctor's room, waiting for the Dr. Gerald Williams, and he comes in, finally, hold on, let me get this. Yeah, finally, he comes in, you know, after a while, like a half an hour to like 45 minutes, bro. I felt like I was waiting, and oh, this guy was stacked. But yeah, like a half an hour to 45 minutes, I was waiting, bro, and Yeah, I seen a black tube on the counter. It was like hanging out from the wall. I kept hearing like air coming in, like, and at that point my mouth was getting dry. Like I don't know if they were pumping some type of air into my room or something, but I just thought that, and I was like, whatever. So I just put my dang, that guy wasn't like getting murked. He was like taking hella hits. But yeah, at that point it was like, before he came into the room, he was like, oh, it was the little black tube on the counter. It looked like it got ripped out of the wall or something, and there was like hearing swishing sounds, you know what I'm saying, like coming in, and then my mouth was getting hella dry, so I just put my scarf over my mouth, and I was just chilling in there with my scarf over my mouth, but it was like whatever, but I was starting to feel that, oh snap, yeah, I was trying to feel that with my scarf over my mouth, and I was trying to, I was hearing that swishing sound, and it sounded like there was air being pumped into or something, some odorless type of component, or you know what I'm saying, being pumped into it. But yeah, oh snap, oh I thought he was running still, but anyways, yeah, at that point I was just being cautious because I covered my mouth and my nose with my scarf that I came in with, you know what I mean, and then I suspected my doctor doesn't really work there. They were just trying to get me to go there because it's a clinic, and he kept trying to get me to. He walked in the room, right? I was recording. And I was like, "This is my primary physician, Dr. Gerald Williams," and he got nervous. You know what I'm saying? And I heard that the nurses out there were like, "Oh, he's recording everything. He's recording everything." Like they were sounding nervous too. And you know, I seen one of the nurses that I looked like this girl named Chantel McAllister. I thought I noticed her, but she was standing at the very far end of the reception desk, and she was just staring at me, like really staring at me, and I was like, what the heck? And she was just sitting there, but I couldn't tell because she had a face mask, but it looked like this girl Chantel McAllister at this clinic here in Salem, Oregon. And then she was just staring at me, wouldn't stop staring at me. I was like, oh, that's weird. But anyways, at that point I was recording. I heard the nurses all talking when I was in the room saying oh, he's recording everything and stuff like that. Oh, and they sounded nervous. And then before the doctor came in, I heard what it sounded like, someone named Martin being called, and I heard him say yeah, and it sounded like my old buddy Martin Gonzalez. Then I'm not friends with him no more. I haven't been since like a teenager. And after that was I heard someone like in the room like next door, because they have different rooms for doctor visits, you know, and I heard like the room that was nearby, someone laughing, and it sounded like my old buddy that I haven't hung out with since like teenage years, and his name's Jonathan Kurtz. I heard his laugh, and his laugh is so distinctive, Jonathan Kurtz. And then at that point, Jonathan Kurtz like was laughing hella loud. He sounded happy. He was talking to like somebody. I suspect like a doctor or something, and he was like just laughing hella loud and like joking around. I could hear him through the walls, and I was like, okay, you know what I mean? That's suspicious. I hear both like people that used to be my friends like right there at my doctor's office visit. Isn't that weird? You know what I mean? And then so I hear their voices, right? And I did not see them, but I heard them. Yeah, sorry, my dog's barking. Probably someone's outside the window again. People always walking by. But yeah, I heard Jonathan Kurtz's voice, and then I heard Martin being called by a nurse, like, you know what I mean? And I heard his voice saying, yeah, over here. And then I was like already having anxiety after all that. I was sitting in the room by myself, hearing the air swoosh you know what I mean, suspecting my mouth was getting super dry, so it was like, and it was like super dry where it's like cotton melting. I couldn't have no spit in my mouth. So then at that point I was like, I was just waiting, heard both of their voices, heard Martin being called. Then the doctor came in, I tried to record saying this is my primary physician, Dr. Gerald Williams, and he got nervous. He's like, you can't record in here, you can't record in here, it's against policy. But no one in the whole facility, the whole Salem clinic said anything about no policy, nothing about recording, nothing about that. The whole time I was recording, the whole hour and a half I was waiting, and no one said nothing. So that was just hella suspect at that, and then he get nervous. But yeah, he got nervous when I started recording. He's like, "You gonna delete it? You gonna delete it?" Dr. Joey Williams is like, "You gonna delete it?" Right? And then he was like being nervous, bro, trying to keep his cool, but you can tell he was nervous. So at that point, I was suspecting something's really, really off. And I just posted these videos that I still have on my phone on my Facebook. So I'm gonna be posting some more too today. Of the doctor's office, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And even me just walking to the store across the street, got these videos too that I felt people were following. I felt like, let me finish this other story first. Yeah, so he's like saying, no one knew this policy besides him, because it was like the whole doctor's office. I was in there for an hour recording, you know what I'm saying, doing things, saying I'm at the doctor's office, you know what I mean. You know, you could see people in the background of my videos that were there. But yeah, and then yeah, he comes in and says, "Oh, it's against doctors, the policy here." And I was like, "No one knows this." I didn't say this, but I was like thinking, no one knows this policy. That's very suspect. You know what I mean? He's the only one that knew it. Someone should have told me like a long time ago before that. So I think he just made that policy up. I mean, it's possible that it's a policy, but no one really knew it. But I'm saying he was trying to enforce it if it is real. And so he looked scared and he like panicked a little bit, but he was trying to keep his cool, which you know. And he just looks like a bald Caucasian male with glasses. He looks kind of like one of those white supremacists type people. So I don't know if he is one, but he does look like one. But anyways, it was really suspect when he's trying to enforce that policy not to record him. When I said he's my primary physician, Dr. Joey Williams, and he's like, "You're gonna delete it, right? You're gonna delete it?" And then he's like, it was like that, and I was like, yeah. So then I was just got my checkup. I was just talking to him, told him how I called the FBI and how to report people planting drugs in my house, and you know what I'm saying, and how to flush them down the toilet. And I was like panicking. I had anxiety. He seen me kind of tear up a little bit, like being worried, and I was like, you know what I mean, because it was my doctor, so I'm trying to, you know, get help. And he wrote some stuff down on his yellow tablet. I told him how I was pacifist and told him how all these things, you know. I don't know if I told him I was abstinent, but I was at that time too. And I've been since that time, like November, like even way before that. But yeah, I was abstinent at that time and pacifist, and you know, and he already knew. Like I told him I was vegan. That's probably how I lost weight, because I lost 35 pounds when they weighed me, even with shoes on. And yeah, I told him I was pacifist and abstinent and this and that, and that people were trying to set me up and frame me, and how they were just thoughts before, now they're actual people trying to set me up and stuff like that, and how to call FBI and stuff. And they just told me to make an FBI report. Then he like took my breathing with a stethoscope and stuff like that, and I was like, all right. Then I just come out of the doctor's office, and you know, go catch the bus, go home, you know what I mean. I still kind of felt like people were watching me, but they weren't following me. No, at that point I think they just wanted to follow me from my house on the city bus, or from downtown to the doctor's office. But at that point I felt like people were just like maybe watching me, but like not following me. But on the way to the doctor's office I felt like they were following me. So yeah. So it's not like I'm being followed all the time, you know what I mean? It's like nothing like that. It's just the things I notice and the people following, that like I see following me and asking me, reporting their phones to me. You know what I mean? Like the other day I was sitting outside reading the Bible on live stream on Facebook and on TikTok, and one of the neighbors with old lady with gray hair, one with old in a yellow car, like drives by me one way going left from right to left, or from left to right, and then with tinted windows, and then I like a minute later I hear a shout from around the corner of the apartment complex, and then I hear them turn around. Like another minute later passes. There's a male inside the passenger seat, and then she has her driver window down. She's coming from right to left now, going back out that way, and it's an old chubbier lady with gray long hair, and she's sitting in the driver driving. She looks at me and just like smirks and laughs at me, you know what I mean, like they just did something or something like that bad, and you know what I mean. And I was sitting outside with my shirt off, reading the Bible on live stream and stuff like that, and yeah, so they passed by me twice, and they were really looking at me. They didn't say hi, they didn't like, you know, say hello or like anything like neighborly. They just like looked at me with a smirk and like gave me a dirty look. I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't even know this lady. You know what I'm saying? And then like a few minutes later after that, I'm still reading on live stream and on TikTok. And reading some, I think I read Psalms 23 and 91, but I'm not sure, I can't remember. I would have to look it up. But anyways, I know I was reading Psalms, and then I was still sitting outside, you know, catching some sun, you know what I'm saying, and then another older lady, like kind of shorter, more skinnier, that I know lives around here because I've seen her like at the mailbox when I'm taking garbage out or something like that. She has longer gray hair too, and she's really skinny. She looks at me and then like double takes a look at me, and while she's walking from right to left in the parking lot, like going towards the street, and then she like double takes a look at me. Oh, she double takes like, ooh, what? And she sees me and she like looks again like, oh, like, you know, she noticed me, and then she like picks up her phone and looks at it, and then looks like she puts it to her ear, but then she looks like she turned on the camera or something and was pointing to like her phone, put it on the side, on her left side, walking by me with her camera towards me. So I don't know if she was like on the phone with a FaceTime or with a back camera, or if she was actually recording me on the camera, but she was like passed by. She like double take, looked at me, and then like she like looked nervous, like not nervous, but like you know, just weird. And then she like put a camera towards me walking by, and as soon as she seen me, she double taked, you know what I'm saying, and then got her phone and then like put it to the ear, and then like faced the camera towards me, and then just kept walking by and kept walking by. So yeah, and at that time I was still just hanging out reading the Bible outside, and then, you know, my phone was like tripping. Like I don't know if they had like they hacked my phone, because I suspected that, but I suspected they hacked my phone, or they have an EMP, you know, short range device, homemade, or one they own one, and because my phone kept turning off, and I was like, but it turns on back quick anyways. But anyways, I was middle alive and stuff, and so that it was crazy. But anyways, I'm about to go get a new phone, and so, you know what I mean, if it's hacked or whatever, I already noticed like something inside the headphone jack. I don't know if it's like a bug or it's something metal, you know, like a listening device or something like to hack. I don't know what it is, but anyways, it's in the headphone jack. It's been in there for about a year. I already knew it's been in there. I really didn't care because I do nothing wrong. I do nothing bad. But anyways, at that point, I was just still getting sun, you know, reading the Bible on TikTok, on live streams, and just talking, you know, how about I was pacifist and abstinent and all these things, and how I try to do good, you know, every day. You know what I mean? If you see me, it's like I have tattoos on my face, my arms, my back, you know, me and my legs, and I just like those are all from my past. Now I'm just doing good and right, you know, things. I just try to do better, and I was just talking about this video on live streams, and oh, my beans, got distracted talking. I put water water my beans. They kind of smell burnt. But anyways, yeah, I was still reading the Bible and talking on live streams, you know what I'm saying? And I just noticed those people watching me, the two old ladies with gray hair. One was chubbier in the car, yellow little compact car, and the other was just walking by, which was a neighbor I've seen before. I think the other one in the yellow car is a neighbor too, like on the side complex, but I'm not sure. Because a lot of new people moved in and stuff like that, and some of the neighbors from that side I don't ever really met or talked to or seen that live on the side or the back of the complex. So at that point, I just noticed that there was a guy in the passenger seat of that yellow car, and then the chubby or older lady with gray hair, and then the other neighbor was a shorter lady, really skinny with gray hair, long gray hair too as well. And I don't know why they would like want to stalk me or why do that, take pictures of me, laugh at me, smirk at me, do wrong against me, but I do nothing bad to have anybody like hate me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, I noticed that. I just stayed outside for a little longer, then got some sun and read the Bible, talk on live streams and stuff like that on Facebook and TikTok and stuff, and then I came inside. And then I told my mom, I know who my stalkers are. I was like, some of the neighbors are stalking me. And she's like, oh. And then she like got quiet, like she knew something, like I already suspected her and the neighbors were conspiring, stalking me and trying to make me feel crazy and this and that. So she like got quiet and like a little bit nervous, like not too much, but she's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he knows, you know what I'm saying? That's how she sounded. And so I suspect my mom has been conspiring with my stalkers, the neighbors as well. And I know how this sounds crazy, but I know it's not likely, but it does happen. Yeah, I know it's not likely, but it does happen. So yeah, I'm just exposing the possibilities. If I am wrong, you know, which I highly doubt, then I'm wrong. But I highly doubt I'm wrong. So yeah, these possibilities are happening, and it just sucks. Like neighbors, people like this whole community that I live in. It's like everyone, the stores, clerks don't like me. Like they've been like even like low key like talk shit to me without having to talk shit, because you know I know the manager and stuff like that. You know, but I don't know him, but he knows. Like I used to go to the store all the time. Now I never go to the store because one time they like the 7-Eleven by my house. One of the clerk, he always like gives me dirty looks and hates on me. Always like makes like looks at me and makes like talks to the other clerks like and like says things about me. I could catch him, you know, you catch that vibe, someone doesn't like you, and he's like never really nice to me. He's just always rude. And then you know, and he's a little Mexican guy, you know, or looks Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Even the chubby Mexican guy that works there, bro, he was like he denied me to buy a couple things one time, and I was like, what, like twice. And I was like, if it had been a third time, I would just say it was discrimination, bro, because at that point even the little Mexican guy denied me one time just for saying a comment, and it wasn't even no real reason. I was like, last time you guys denied me a receipt, I don't know why, and he's like, oh, you can't buy this right now because I said that comment, because he wouldn't give me a receipt. And then at that point, I was like, I made a video one time. I was like, on my Snapchat, I was like, these guys wouldn't give me my receipt. And it was the white guy that worked there and the Mexican guy. White guy with short brown hair, you know what I mean? And the Mexican guy with short, like black brown hair. And they were wearing face masks and stuff. And I was like buying beer. I recorded, oh, I'm getting beer right now. I recorded on Snapchat that part. Then I walked to the counter, bought the beer. And then they wouldn't give me a receipt. And so I recorded, all these guys won't even give me a receipt. So I know that they were just acting weird. And he's the Mexican guy was always hitting on me. And then he was like down below, like when I was buying the beer, he was like down below looking like he was pushing a button or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in the movies when someone pushes like an emergency button, that's what it looked like to me. And he was like down below while I was buying my beer, and he wouldn't give me a sheet. So I made the video like after this, or while I'm doing this, I was like, these guys won't even give me a receipt, but you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, I made videos walking to the store. I made videos of buying the beer, of getting the beer from the freezer, walking to the counter, then I walked to the counter, then I made the video of not getting a receipt. And yeah, I felt like they were trying to make it seem like I was stealing something or something like that. And so then ever since then, I haven't been going to that store, 7-Eleven in Salem, Oregon. And yeah, then after that it was like the oh, that nigga left. But yeah, he like disappeared. He like, you know, he busted a Goku instant transmission. But yeah, yeah, at that point, yeah, I stopped going to 7-Eleven or any stores around here, around my community, because I figured that some of the community, I don't know if they're making rumors about me, gossiping about me, they're getting paid, or someone's giving them stuff, something to be against me. But whatever the reason is, there are people, this community around here, and I'm not saying every single one, because I know some people don't partake in these negative acts, but something has happened to turn this whole community in my neighborhood against me. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't do nothing wrong. I'm like sober. I'm a reverend. You know what I mean? I don't like hurt nobody. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't do nothing bad. It's like what? But yeah, I don't do nothing bad. So it's like but yeah, I don't know, so I don't understand why these stores are trying to set me up, and these people in my neighborhood are stalking me, neighbors included, and complexes around here, other apartment complexes, other people in cars, even friends I've suspected, like my homie Garrett Miller, like plotting against me, like, you know, because I seen his sister, like I was going across the street to the store to get my mom something, and all of a sudden I see his sister Michaela Miller like pull out of the thing and like look at me and start laughing, like like, you know, like, oh, he's out here, like, you know what I mean, we were following him or something, like, you know, that evil laugh smile. I see her and she pulls in front of me and I just like wave her by, because she was stopping for me to cross the street, and I just wave her to go. And then yeah, so I noticed that, and that was like happened more than once. Michaela Miller, and it was like, and then I even suspected that this 7-Eleven store, I mean not 7-Eleven, well 7-Eleven too, but suspected that even the other store was trying to set me up too, because they were all acting funny in the store. And even I had my binder, my job searching binder, and I was my mom had seen it, and I had my you know, my journal in there, so I write everything in my journal, and I write in my journal, I'm at the store right there, and I'm going everywhere, you know what I mean, everywhere we're going, because I was job searching, so I have my binder and stuff like that. I'm thirsty. Hope my beans didn't burn. But yeah, it was just like all crazy things, bro. Been being stalked, been being attempted to be framed by stores, by people, by you know what I mean, criminals. And I have no connections to no criminal activity, no criminal people. Don't associate with anyone negative, because it gives me anxiety to think or be around that type of stuff. So I don't like being around it. Why would I go partake in something that gives me really bad anxiety? It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, so that's why I give my life to God, because God doesn't give me anxiety. He heals me from my anxieties. Yep, God has healed me from my anxieties now. Like, I used to be paranoid and scared, you know, from mental abuse and, you know, people stalking me. Now it's like I'm so strong that I can, like, you know what I mean, just notice it, process it without having negative emotions, and then write it down and document it on video. So yeah, but yeah, but yeah, at that point I was like, yeah, I suspected that store. Yeah, so I went to go find a job. I went to the Dollar Tree. My mom told me the Dollar Tree, and I went into the store, the Dollar Tree, with my binder to search for a job, asked if they were hiring. My mom didn't want me to take my binder, and she was like, don't take it in, don't take it in. I was like, why? I'm job searching. Like, she knew something I didn't know or something. And I heard her before say the name Sean because she talks to herself constantly. So I heard her say the name Sean out loud like a few times. And then when I went in the store to get a job, the skinny Caucasian the clerk at the register, she was really skinny, and she asked her if they're hiring, and then she was like, no, but we're accepting applications, you gotta do it online. And then she was like, after you turn it in, talk to the manager, Sean. And I was like, what? Sean? I was like, huh? Okay. Well, I was like, what? But I was like, Sean? Okay. And then I'll talk to him after I turn it in. And then I was doing I was walking the store getting some, I only had $6 on me. So I bought some hair ties, some laundry soap, 2 things of laundry soap, and like a couple things, I don't remember what else, but like I only spent $5. And then it was $5 that my mom gave me, or my sister gave me, because that's all I had. I never really had money, so I don't really go out to the stores or anything. So I had $5 or $6, and I spent 5 of it. And then I bought this laundry soap and hair ties and stuff. And then she was like, I wasn't wearing a mask. I just had my sweater over my face because they making everybody wear face masks. And she gave me a face mask. Then I made a video. I still got the video. I was like, oh, this girl gave me a face mask. And the manager came up to the Sean, I guess his name is. He came up to the register and he was like, oh, you can't have the sweater over your face. It's against CDC rules, and you have to wear face masks. And when he came up to talk to me, and then I was like, okay. And then so then I bought my stuff, and I asked for a bag, and they gave me a bag, and then I just go to the car with my mom. And then at that point, this is the same day I seen Michaela Miller when I would go to the store to get something to my mom, but I didn't even really go to the store. I just turned around after halfway. So I just went in the parking lot of the store across the street and turned around so the cameras can see me, because I felt like someone was stalking me already, because I just seen Michaela Miller. Then when I went in the parking lot, I seen what I thought through the tinted window in a white car was Alejandro Hernandez, aka Isle from Barrio 14, and I thought I seen him, and I don't know, I think he was talking to me too, but I had a dream he was, and then I seen him, you know what I mean, in a white car with tinted windows. And also Michaela was in a white car, Michaela Miller, and I seen them both at that same part when I was just going across the street. So, and I notice a lot of people, like sometimes when I go outside, there's people standing up at the store area, like in front of our house. There's stores where you can stand like at the top and look down at my apartment complex, and I see the people there, and sometimes they yell out my name and stuff, and I just ignore them. So yeah, she pulled out of that area, Michaela Miller did, and I crossed the street, and I see a white car with tinted windows, which I thought was Alejandro Hernandez Ayo. And then so I felt like they were like ball stalking me. I was like, what? Why would they be stalking me? But anyways, this is what I noticed, and I didn't even go to the store or anything. But my mom wanted a sack lunch from the little free place, and I was like, I didn't even go. I just turned around, felt anxiety, came back to the house. Then that's when my mom took me to the Dollar Tree, and then she took then on the way to Chemeketa, or to the other place. Where was I going? Chemeketa and and disability place. She took me to disability after Dollar Tree to get a job to work for her as a home care provider and get applications and stuff like that, or turn in the application, I can't remember. And I noticed, like at the stoplight right there around the corner by the disability place in Kaiser, Oregon, that there was a guy in a gray car at the stoplight on my right side looking at me. I look over, and he's just staring at me, like looking, and it was like just like a Mexican guy with short hair. And then we turned left, going towards Kaiser, Oregon, to the disability place, and we go and pull in, and I see one of Michaela Miller's best friends, Juanita, at the bus stop. You know what I mean? And I was like, so now all these people are just like in the same circle. Isn't that coincidence? Is that a weird coincidence? You know what I'm saying? And then, so I felt like they were partaking in this stalking conspiracy. But I know her brother Garrett Miller lives. He lives in the next apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of suspect too. Like, you know what I mean? And then he tried to bring Michaela Miller's boyfriend or Ogre. His name's Ogre, and Paul, Ogre, his nickname, and Paul is his real name. One time I was like, don't ever bring nobody over here. You know what I mean? No one needs to know, you know, where I live or anything. I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, it was weird. So, yeah, it's like this whole little circle of people are like stalking me and trying to do wrong against me or something. And these are just facts that I know and I'm suspecting. You know what I mean? At that point, I see Juanita at the bus stop. I was like, oh, that's hella weird. They're all friends, you know? And then I go to the dispute place to ask questions, trying to turn in the papers or something like that. And then we get in the car. My mom takes me to Shemekda because I'm trying to get back in school. And it was closed. And so I didn't. So I just seen a Mexican or a native guy outside with like long hair, but not super long, in a ponytail. And then I don't know if that was relevant, but that's all I seen out there. Then the door was locked, and then I left and got back in the car because the door was locked. And then we went back home, and you know, I felt relief after I got home because I had anxiety at that moment. And I had anxiety that whole day because people were following me, and I even, like, you know what I mean? I've been noticing a white truck following me. Like every time I leave the house, I notice a white truck. I notice white trucks and white cars. You know what I mean? Following me. I've noticed some other ones, but I can't remember them off the top right now. But those are the main ones that I noticed: white cars and white trucks, like pickup trucks with like a back area, you know, where you put stuff in. But yeah, that's what I noticed. Yeah, and yeah, so I don't know if that little circle is like following me, and even my brother, like he invited me to play video games like a long time ago last year. And like when you're on Fortnite, you know, you can invite people to your lobby to play with you as teammates. And so he invited me, and Ogre, Paul's brother, Ogre, who is Paul, his brother Howell, was named GoDucks503, and he was in that game with my brother, and he was just like saying trying to say my real name, trying to figure out my last name on the live stream or on the video game. Like, I don't understand why. Like, he sounded like he was like trying to tell on me or expose me or something in a weird way, which I don't do nothing wrong, so it doesn't matter. But he was trying to say my name and figure out my last name. Oh, I forgot about this. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, he invited me game, and he was just acting hella weird, like trying to say my name and try to figure out my last name. And I was like, nah. And then my brother wasn't saying nothing. He was just being quiet, like letting it go by. And he already could tell it was an awkward situation. I don't know if he was partaking with it or he did it on purpose. But my brother, that's his friend and stuff. So, but he's also Ogre, aka Paul, aka Ogre's brother. You know what I mean? I think his Facebook is like Joel Barajas. But anyways, that was just crazy. And then, yeah, so then I just like never played with him again because he was just always acting weird like that. And yeah, and Michaela Miller's boyfriend is Ogre, aka Paul.
You win this fight and you return to the front line, but if you lose, you're done.
Yeah, so I don't know if that whole little circle of friends is like.
The objective.
Yeah, I don't know if that whole little friends. I don't know if my brother is participating in it, but I had dreams of him with black eyes, being demonic, trying to kill me and do things against me. So at that point, I was like, whatever. I had to stop associating with all these people. I never really associated with these people only when I was like a teenager. But yeah, so I just stopped playing games with anybody. I just put in solos now. And at this point, it was just crazy. All these things were just crazy at that point. And it's like this whole little circle of friends, you know what I mean, were stalking me. And I don't care who I reveal. I just want people to leave me alone. If you leave me alone, I do not have to bring your name up. I don't know how to make these videos. I don't know how to talk about it online. You know what I'm saying? Just leave me alone. Period. Just leave me be in peace. Let me be a man of God, a reverend and an ordained minister, and let me do all these things for God. You know what I mean? Just good things, you know, spread the word of God every day. Yeah, but yeah, this whole little group of friends that I've noticed that have been coming around my house and following me as well, in white cars and white pickup trucks, white Ford F-150s, you know what I mean, a couple different types of white pickup trucks actually, and yeah, then yeah, so I just stopped associating with a lot of people. I don't associate with nobody actually. Never bring no one here. I made a vow to God to never bring no one here because I started getting stalked and people try to frame me. So I have no reason to bring nobody here because I don't trust nobody. In any age, male or female, I don't trust nobody. I don't date. I don't, you know, I'm abstinent and pacifist. I don't need to associate with that. I got God, I got Jesus Christ, and I got myself. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And now that I think my family is being turned against me, either by choice or by fear, one of the two.
Holding for deployment.
But I know your family is being turned against me. I know for sure my mom has been turned against me.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
But yeah, then that's all. There's been this group of friends just been like, I noticed following me. But yeah, and I noticed random people following me, like the neighbors. Like I don't know why they would follow me or like look at me, give me dirty looks. I've noticed like what's it called? Like just random people follow me that I've never seen in my life, or at least I never noticed. You know what I'm saying? Or never met. You know what I mean? Like when I'm on the bus and stuff like that. And then my food's getting poisoned, and every time it looks like it's my mom, because my mom will go to the store, pick it up, and it'll look punctured with needles. The water bottles were lifting. I had a 2-week stomach ache, spit out blood after, and after my mom bought me food and I ate it. Then my mom bought me water, and then I was fasting. I opened up the water while I'm fasting, took one drink, my throat started closing up. I started shaking and stuff. I had to call 911 paramedics because I didn't know what was happening. It was a plain water, like, you know what I mean, plain water. So I called 7-Eleven, reported it and all that. And everything, and told them about the barcode and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have returned if that batch of water was dirty or like contaminated. They would have let me know, and they haven't let me know anything. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure that that batch was not contaminated from the source. It was contaminated from an outsource of people getting it, like from buying it. So it was either my mom or somebody that, because my mom went to the store within 5 minutes, went to 7-Eleven, came back and got me water because she's like, you want anything? I was like, oh yeah, give me water. And then she brought it back, 2 waters, one still unopened, I still got it, and the other one's opened, obviously, because I took a drink out of it and had to call the paramedics and had an allergic reaction to plain alkaline water, guys. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make no sense to me, obviously. But yeah, I called paramedics. I was shaking, you know what I mean? My body, I was having anxiety. I wasn't having anxiety like mentally. It was my body's reaction to whatever I drank. But yeah. So I called 911 and I was like, couldn't breathe, and I was having trouble breathing, pains in my chest and my neck, and I just felt like really weird. It was plain water, you know, the water I get all the time, you know what I mean, 7-Eleven brand. And then, you know what I mean, it's just crazy. And then my mom got it for me within a couple minutes going to the store, so I don't know. She poisoned the water and then acted like she went to the store on that day. It actually was the day before I drank it, the night before. So yeah, I drank the night before she got it from 7-Eleven. So, and then the day after, which was on a Sunday, I drank it when I called the 911. I called the paramedics. So yeah, at that point it was just like crazy. Yeah, so I've been suspecting my mom poisoned me for almost a year. And I just like overlook it. I don't hold no grudges against her. It's like I don't want to hurt her. I just want her to stop, or, you know, whoever's poisoned me to be arrested. That's it. I just want my mom to stop poisoning me though. I suspect my sister had been partaking in this too, because like today, like I was like, yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been cleaning the house because mom bought me some food yesterday and it made me feel sick and stuff like that. And that was the donut and tofu and stuff. And I don't think it was the tofu because I ate the tofu again today. But yeah, I ate the tofu today, and so it was kind of good. But I mean, my back was still, my skin's still getting irritated and getting pokey things on my back and my shoulders. So it could have been the tofu, or it could have just me been sweating or something. I don't know. But anyways, that's what I've been feeling, irritation in my skin, and I've been scratching my skin. And I'm not on drugs or anything, so I don't understand it. It's only when I eat food from what my mom gets me. And so yeah.
Here and you return to the front line. You lose. Fight is over.
Yeah, so my mom gets me food, and I tell my sister that's why I haven't been cleaning because I felt sick. I felt weird. You know what I mean? And then at that point,
they hit us hard that time.
At that point, I was, you know, I texted my mom and stuff, and then when I made the video for YouTube and stuff like that, she came home and admitted that she knows that I'm being stalked and poisoned because she noticed some guy at the store while she was buying donuts following her or doing something weird. And I was like, I'll call the police and we can get the camera footage and, you know, see who it is. She's like, oh, no. She tried to change her story, like, you know what I mean? He wasn't really doing nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So she got hella nervous when I said that. And she was like, oh, she wasn't really doing it. He wasn't really doing nothing. You know, no. Don't do that. Like, she didn't want me to call the cops and get this footage. So I'm really suspecting that this was my mom's just out of her own free will or being forced to poison me. So that's really, really weird. But yeah, at that point, yeah, it was just that. That point, yeah, I've just been suspecting my mom really has been partaking, because as soon as she said, I told her I would call the police to get the camera footage, see what guy was at the donuts or at the store, like acting weird, and she's like, they can get the camera footage and see who it was. And then she got nervous and she was like, no, don't do that. He was just there, you know what I mean? And she got nervous, you know what I'm saying? And then she got nervous when I mentioned that I felt weird at Dollar Tree when she took me when I was job searching on the video. She got nervous when I mentioned the name Sean, and then I mentioned that that Melissa came over, like, because they were hanging out in the living room because they were smoking meth, and I was sober and I don't do nothing of that negativity. So I was in my room by myself, and I heard Melissa later that day, after I got home, talking about, saying really loud, oh, Sean this, Sean that, Sean da. And then I said it 4 or 5 times really loud, you know, when someone's trying to make it obvious for you to hear. That's how it sounded. And so then at that time I told my mom with that, and I was saying it on the video when my mom was right there, and she got really nervous about when I said the name Sean and Melissa, and I believe Melissa's one of my stalkers, and how this I felt weird when I was in Dollar Tree, like they were trying to do something, and they told me to talk to the manager after because I was going to Dollar Tree to get a job application, you know, and pick up some laundry soap, and that was it. I only spent like $5, and then they told me to talk to the manager, Sean, and they gave me a face mask because I didn't have one. And then I took a video. It was all that. The clerk right here at Dollar Tree gave me a face mask. You know what I mean? I made a little video, and then the guy, I think his name was Sean, came up to the register. And he's like, "Yeah, you can't have your sweater over your face because that's a CDC rules. You have to have an actual face mask." And I'm like, "Okay." Then that's when he came up to the register, you know, and talked to me. And I was like, "All right." And then I was going to turn in the application. I went to go to the application online and stuff, and I felt weird, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna, because I didn't trust that store. And then but then she got nervous when I said the name Sean, and then I said that Melissa's her friend Melissa's one of my stalkers, and that I reported to the police already, because I already reported to the police the other day when I had to report some other stuff. They gave me a case number, and then they gave me a reference number about reporting all this stuff. I reported that I'm getting poisoned, and I reported that Melissa's possible my stalkers, and I'm getting stalked. And I've already made 2 stalker reports, and you know what I mean. And they didn't really help me on that point. So yeah.
Practice is over.
But I made these police reports on the phone. So yeah. So if they're like, I think like people have been hacking my calls too. So it's just like if they're not made, like actually made police reports and stuff, then obviously someone's hacking my phone, or acting like a police officer, or acting like something, you know, like part of the police. So if they haven't took down that I reported Melissa as my stalker, and that I reported my phone getting poisoned, then obviously something's going on to where they're hacking my phone or acting like police officers. So yeah, it's just like all these things are happening, and I suspect these things, you know me. And at the same time, I have all these random numbers, you know, calling my phone, like from like Tennessee, Iowa, Utah, Ohio, fucking Jamaica, like all these numbers. I have no idea. Ever since I got my phone, I would have these random numbers. Like the police can literally go trace these numbers, because I believe it could be one of my stalkers, or it can be someone trying to set me up, you know what I'm saying, somehow. So the police can literally look. I'll give them my call log. I save all my call logs, like, you know what I'm saying, and I can give them the numbers. Like, I have no association with these numbers. I don't call no one out of state. I only call one person, you know what I mean, with you know what I mean, or talk to or text one person, and that's like a, you know, ex-girlfriend. That's it. And you know what I mean, I just vent to her sometimes, you know, how I'm getting poisoned and I'm getting stalked and stuff, and just talk to her like that, because that's the only person I could vent to, because I don't talk to nobody, I don't trust nobody. And so other than that, I don't text or talk to anyone. The only places I call is like doctor's offices, DHS office, housing authorities, and just like normal, you know, stuff that I need to talk to. So any other numbers that are calling me or trying to call me are either my stalkers, spam numbers, fraudulent numbers, or, you know, something of that nature. And so, like, if the cops can help me, like, figure this out, help me not get these phone calls, I would appreciate it. FBI, whatever, you know what I'm saying. With any of these things that I'm putting on live stream, you know what I mean, I'd appreciate it. Because I don't want to get in trouble for someone else's stupidity. I'm never gonna do nothing bad, so it's like, but yeah, I never do nothing bad, so it's like I'm not trying to associate with any of these phone numbers, any of my stalkers, anybody trying to do criminal activity. Alright, stay away from me, because I will expose you. Just leave me alone. Period. Leave me alone. That's all I want. And I am Reverend Fernando, 31 years old. My mom's Angelita, my sister's Miranda. You know what I mean? My brother's Isaac. So I mean, that's just getting my identity on here while I'm venting. I live in Oregon, Salem, Oregon. So yeah. Yeah, and so my food's getting poisoned, I'm being stalked, I'm being attempted to be framed. All these things are happening. I'm just trying to reveal them, I'm trying to be safe and trying to feel safe, because I fear for my life. I really do. The other day I even cried, you know what I mean, even cried on my video on accident. I wasn't even trying to cry, just my emotions are overwhelmed because of these things happening. So yeah, like, it gets overwhelming sometimes, and I'm like, don't know what to do. The police are not really helping me, the FBI hasn't really helped me. I had to make the reports, you know what I mean, or maybe they're investigating in the background, who knows. But if they are helping me in the background with investigating it, I'd appreciate it, you know what I mean. Just you know what I mean, I can give you my call logs of like all these numbers they're calling me. I suspect that some of them are like drug dealers or trying to set me up, or something bad, you know what I mean, or my stalkers, you know, trying to set me up. I can suspect that one of these numbers may be connected to my stalkers or to these things that are bad. So I'm not trying to be a victim of stalkers and being set up. So FBI, federal government, if you guys need these numbers, if you guys need my testimony, it's like, I will. Oh, he got hit by a car. He hit me with the big old semi. But yeah, I'm just tired of all these things happening. So tired, bro. And I do good every day. Like, I don't understand it. If it's something I did in my past, please forgive me, you know what I mean? I don't do nothing wrong now. I learned from my past, and as I repent, I have been forgiven by Jesus Christ, and as I redeem myself and I repent, I live, and I know that the mistakes of my past are not to be repeated. I know this, and I live for Jesus Christ and the Lord of God, our Father, you know what I'm saying? And just leave me alone. Whoever's out there trying to stalk me, set me up, whatever, just leave me alone. I just want to be left in peace and do God's work. I will never do nothing bad again. I will never repeat the mistakes of my past. I've learned from my past, and I know better, so now I do better, and that's what God's taught me. That's it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna expose everything that's happening to me, regardless, on video, on YouTube, on all these social media sites. I'm exposing it, every little thing, to the police, to the FBI, everything. You know what I'm saying? I've already exposed the made these reports, and if the reports got intercepted by someone or something trying to act like an FBI agent, act like police, then I'll report that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it on live because I already made these reports of being stalked, being framed, attempted to be framed for crimes, attempted to be poisoned and stuff like that. So I don't care. You know what I mean? Exposing all these things doesn't matter to me. I'm a man of God. I'm just going to speak my truth of my present day and my future. The past I don't need to speak on because that's all of a negative nature, and I've grown and I'm protected by the covenant of God, Lord God, and Jesus Christ. Did you guys see those names that popped up on my loading screen? That's weird. Every time it looks like hackers are on my screen listening to me. Like some guy named Moneymaker and some guy, some Don't Judge or something. I don't know what it said. I couldn't read it real quick, but I can look on the video anyways. But yeah, like I'll expose these phone numbers that keep calling me that I don't know, out of state numbers, even in-state numbers, you know what I mean? Some of them call me I do not know from, you know what I mean? But all the out-of-state numbers and all the out-of-country numbers, I block as soon as they come on my call log. Like I even called my carrier company, and some guy named Alex answered. He said he's the manager, but I heard that name a few times.
Check your gear and weapons.
You know what I mean? I heard the names I hear a lot, like when people answer the phones when I call these places, it's Chris, Sean, not Sean, that's like the Dollar Tree place, but Chris, Amanda, and Brian. Those are the three names that I keep noticing. And then, and my mom, she talks to herself every day, full on conversations, and says names out loud. She says Brian all the time. She says the name Sean. She says the name Reggie sometimes. She says the name, I think she said Alex one couple times. She said Chris a couple times. And she said the name Cooper. A lot of times the name John Ortel. A lot of times. And then she said a whole bunch of names, like the name's Benya. The last name's Benya, the last name's Gonzalez, the last name's Gandu. She said all those types of names. Like, and she says a lot more names. So those are the ones that are just reoccurring a lot, and that I've picked up and heard over the years her keep saying. But yeah, so, and some of those names are the people who keep answering the phones, the people who keep hearing, you know, these names, you know what I'm saying? So that's just, is that coincidence or not? You know what I'm saying? Too many things to be coincidence when things happen in this place, in this universe, for a reason. Everything for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, exposing all this stuff. Just leave me alone and I'll be good, you be good, and you can go, like, I pray that you guys stop doing these evil, negative criminal activities, stopping people and doing that. But if not, at least just don't do it to me. But yeah, I wish you guys would stop just doing it all together. But obviously, you guys got cold hearts and you guys don't care. I could never do the things that you guys do, stalk people or hurt people, or make, you know, make people sick. I could never kill a person. You know what I'm saying? That's not in me. It's like my soul and my heart are good. And it's like you guys are just like disgust me, and I feel sorry for you guys that you guys are so weak that you guys need to feel powerful by hurting other people. I just pray for you guys to, you know, change your life around. I've changed my life, you know what I mean? Hey, if I could change my life from, you know, growing up as a gang member, you know, being all these things, then you guys can change your life. Anyone can change your life, you know what I'm saying? Left the street codes behind me. Street codes are a product of Satan. Satan wants you to be part of the street codes, to entice other people to be part of the street codes, because that's just protection for the street people, to not tell or not this or be a rat or snitch. That's street codes. That's a product of Satan. I don't live for Satan. I live for God. Yep, I live for God. So just leave me alone already, guys. I'm just trying to live my life and live for God. After I'm left alone, after I've got through this part of my life and all these struggles, I'm gonna still live for God. This is not like, you know, just for now. This is for the rest of my life. I'm gonna live for God. Always. Dang, there's niggas everywhere.
We lost that one. We'll come back stronger next time.
But yeah, I just live for God now. Just being like, I took vows of pacifism last year, vows of abstinence. You know, last year I was already abstinent way longer than last year, but it's just like when I took vows to God as a reverend and an ordained minister, I took vows to God of pacifism, abstinence, vows to be vegan, vows of sobriety. You know what I'm saying? He knows my veganism. Sometimes I eat dairy, but I try not to. But that's the only one I'm shaky on. But my vows of pacifism, my vows of abstinence, and my vows of sobriety, they're unshakable, because they're vows to God, and they're my promises for God to help me, and for myself to purify myself of all negativity. Jesus Christ was pacifist, so I'm going to be pacifist, you know, and Jesus Christ was powerful, and he was humble, and, you know what I mean, I can only strive to be somewhat like Jesus, you know, I'm crying, Jesus Christ. Ordained minister, taking vows for God, you know. Oh, I need to check my beans. I'm always forgetting about my beans.
Warm up while you can. Deploy soon.
My beans are done. Made cucumber water, so good.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enough, mate. Now we face the enemy for real. Battle Royale. Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone. Hunt the enemy down.
Nigga dip. Got him. Oh yeah, I think my sister, she keeps calling me crazy because I told her I haven't been cleaning because I was sick. Because my mom bought me food yesterday and I started feeling sick and started feeling my skin like itchy and things poking out, you know what I mean? I'm not on drugs or nothing, you know, I've been sober for about a year almost, and she was calling me crazy. I don't want to hear you're crazy, and I was like, no, I'm not crazy. I could think if I had no symptoms, maybe I was crazy because I told her my stomach hurts and stuff like that, and I felt weird, you know, and I spit up blood the other day, so how can I be crazy? Oh, I thought that was a person. But yeah, I was like, how can I be crazy if I'm actually having real life symptoms, spitting up blood and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? That's not crazy. I mean, I understand if it was just like I felt sick sometimes, you know, that happens, but like this is like all the time recurring symptoms, and of every time I eat food that my mom gets me.
Bounty target is up. Take him down.
But yeah, so I mean, but yeah, she's calling me crazy. I was like, no, I'm not crazy. This is recurring. This is happening. I have stomach aches for 2 weeks at a time sometimes, you know what I mean? I spit up blood, you know what I mean? This is not normal. And I'm vegan, you know what I mean? I eat vegetables every day, so it's not like I'm eating bad or anything. The only thing they can be eating bad if someone's poisoning me. And the only ones around my food are Miranda Cabrales and my mom Angelita Maya Cabrales, so I don't get it. Even when my mom just goes to the store for like 5 minutes and comes back, I eat the food and I have symptoms, some sort of symptoms. Either my skin's itchy and I feel like the things got like make me needles in my back and stuff like that, or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, or I have a stomach ache, or I'm, you know, got a headache or something, you know, some sort of symptom after I ate the food my mom gets from the grocery store, from 5 minutes going to the store in her little wheelchair, one of these things, you know. So I mean, I even suspected that my mom and my sister were trying to frame me and set me up, conspiring with my stalkers. So yeah, because especially the other day when I was like Sunday, I was fasting, right? And I fast for God, you know, a day of purity, a day of retaining my energy, day of praying, sometimes day of meditations, you know, the day of just like purity and fasting and sacrifice and praise for the Lord God, and you know what I mean, and Jesus Christ. And sometimes I do 2-day fast, and I was on a Sunday this time, and it was just the Sunday that passed last week, and I was reading my Bible, right, and I was reading my Bible on video for YouTube to upload, and then all this like sudden I hear my mom, "Who is it? Who's here?" And then I hear her answer the door all the way from my room, and on my video I was reading, you know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, someone's here." My mom here. I'm sorry if you guys hear my mom saying, "Who is it?" You know what I mean, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said something like that. And then I was in the middle of my video. That was after I finished the chapter. I was like, "Huh." And then she answered the door, and then I heard the door a few times, you know. I heard the door a few times, and then I was still reading the Bible because I read a few chapters out of the book of Numbers, or yeah, the book of Numbers for, I think it was Numbers 23 to 27. I can't remember. I think it's that one. Yeah, I was reading the book of Numbers, and then I texted my mom who came over. I heard you while I was reading the Bible on YouTube, and then she's like, was weird about it. And then later on, she said, "You're stupid," or "Get smarter," or something. I was like, "Huh?" I didn't understand that text. You know, she texted me, and then yeah, then the next day I was in the morning. I asked her who came over yesterday, and she didn't want to tell me. She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. You're tripping." Like, no one came over. I was like, "Yeah, someone came over when I was reading the Bible on YouTube, because you told me that, I mean, you said out loud that, who is it?" And I heard you answer the door while I was reading. And then she's like, no, you didn't. No. I was like, yeah, I did. I'm not hearing shit because I heard it. You say, I heard the door and everything. And when the door opens, the front door opens, my room door, it like moves from the air pressure, and my window, like the curtain on my window moves, so you can tell when someone like comes in the house. So yeah, when the door opens, the front door opens. So yeah, I know I wasn't tripping. And yeah, so yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know if she was trying to hide something from me or something on this last Sunday, which was what, today is Thursday, July 1st. This last Sunday would be what, like 7 days ago, a couple of days ago. So in June, the end of June. Oh, June 27th. June 27th, yeah. So I don't know if she was trying to hide something from me at that point, because she was acting suspicious when I asked her who came over on that Sunday, and I was like, oh, she was like, I don't know, you're tripping. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, I was literally reading the Bible on video when you said, who is it? Who's at the door? And you answered the door, and I heard it, and my room door moves like a little bit from the air pressure when the front door's open, and so does my curtain on my window. So I was like, what the heck? Did you guys hear that person say something when one of the hackers, I think, or glitches? Someone said something or listening to me. But anyways, yeah, I asked her the next morning, because after I texted her, she didn't want to tell me, and I was like, and the next morning after Sunday, on that she was trying to hide this, whoever came over, I was like, in the morning, I was like, who came over? She's like, I don't know, what are you doing? I was like, yeah, I heard you, I was reading the Bible, you know, and on the video, and you were like, who is it? And you answered the door. I heard you from the room. She's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. She didn't really say no. She just like said, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she didn't want to lie, but she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, yeah, that was just crazy. Yeah, so I don't know if she, on Sunday the 27th, she was trying to hide something from me, while I was reading the Bible, but definitely something suspicious about that day and how she was acting. And that's my mom, you know what I mean? I don't get why my mom was acting suspicious to me. You know, I'm her firstborn son, you know what I mean? I'm a Reverend Fernando, so, you know, I'm just saying, I was fasting. You know, when I fast, I take my fast serious. I take my religion and my spirituality seriously. Every day I live it. And especially when I'm fasting, you know, I purify myself. But just all crazy things. So yeah, there's something suspicious about Sunday the 27th, which the way she was acting and how she was trying to deny that people came over, or saying I don't know. So I don't know who came over, so that was just kind of tripped me out. Like, I don't know why she would lie to me about someone coming over. It doesn't really matter unless she was trying to hide something from me. So yeah. Just talking about all this stuff is crazy. But yeah, I'm Reverend Fernando. My mom is Angelita Amaya Cabrales, and my sister's Miranda Cabrales. My brother's Isaac. So yeah, just to reveal a little bit about me. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do a face reveal on here so I can show my face. Yeah, I have nothing to hide. I'm an open book. I live for God every day. I like this gun. Dang, you got me. Oh, we pressed that bomb.
Back to base. They hit us hard that time.
The hacky packy. I call the hackers the hacky packy. Hackers that be hacking my lobbies, getting in my lobbies, and listening to me. You guys are the hacky packy. You guys play on PC, on computers. Little hacky packies. The little hacky packies. The little hacky packies. Little hacky packies. Hacky packy, hacky packy. You're a little hacky packy. The hack is the little hacky packy. You know I'm still stacky. These bodies on CODs. Warzone all day. We don't play. Gonna go live stream. Little hacky packies. I wonder if you guys like that name. Hacky packies. I kinda wanna play some Fortnite, but I'm kinda tired too.
Check your gear and weapons. We go soon.
don't know why I came in here. I forgot it's the pre-lobby.
Now we face the enemy for real. Battle Royale. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone.
Oh, this is actually a game. Why did I think this was a pre-lobby? I need a weapon. Damn, I had to reload. That was weak. Hold on, there's the door for my mom. Come on, give it. Oh my.
Welcome to the Gulag. If you survive, you earn your freedom.
Right now.
The fight is ready.
Oh,
Get ready
snap.
to fight. You're next. Win here and you return to the front line. You lose, your fight is over. It's time. Breaks.
Damn, he
Sending
lit
you
me
back
up.
to base. The enemy took down.
The hacky packy. The hacky packy. The computer gamers. The hacky packies. If you guys didn't know, my mom calls me Babe because she's like, you know that movie, The Pig called Babe from a long time ago? It was one of my movies that when I was growing up that she used to call me like the Babe. She used to call me that, like her baby, her firstborn. I remember my ex-girlfriend used to think it was weird, like, but I never thought it was weird because she's been calling me that since I was a kid. Like since I was like, so long as I can remember, since I was a baby.
Warm up while you can. We deploy soon.
catch someone with the crossbow, nigga.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Ain't no one out here. Everybody landed on the roof.
Training is over. Time to see what you have learned. Battle Royale. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone. Targets are up. Get to work. Enemy dropping into the AO. Designated yourself as a most wanted target. Stay frosty.
That was weak.
Survive, you earn your freedom.
Oh, my battery's dying. I charge it. But other control keeps turning left like hella bad, so I don't like using it because it gives me a headache just trying to focus on keeping it straight. And my thumb starts to hurt from holding it all the time.
A fight has started. Get ready to fight. You're next. Win here and you return to the front line. You lose, your fight is over. Beat them down and capture the objective. Frozen. Well done. Stand by for deployment. Time is running out. Get to the target area. time is up.
Ooh, this looks lit. There's shit upstairs. Must be on the roof.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I guess I'm just gonna play two because I'm gonna charge it a little bit. I might play some Fortnite, but I still gotta do my Bible readings. My phone's memory is kind of full right now, so I'm just like hard to do the Bible readings on YouTube, but I'm gonna try to. But I'm definitely gonna do Bible readings on TikTok.
Enemy UAV overhead. Friendly drop bag headed your way. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Dang. I should have pulled out the rocket launcher first.
weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment. Enemy soldier incoming.
Damn.
Time to see what you have learned. Battle Royale. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone. Hunt the enemy down.
Damn.
Win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Earn your way out.
She already knew what's up. She got the lotion and then this happens to my skin.
We're sending you back to base.
Should have given me lotion last time.
We will settle the score.
Should have given me lotion about a week ago. No, my skin's like breaking out, like itching and stuff. La da 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 da. I gotta fix my calendar. It's not June no more. It's the first of the month.
Time to see what you have learned.
My controller guy died. Come on, come on. My controller guys dies. I'll just run this game with my other controller right now and then I'm gonna hop off.
Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Yeah, my other controller guys. But you already know, Flawless God Season, Reverend Fernando here. Yeah, I already know.
Eliminate all targets in the AO.
You dig? Don't forget to read your Bible, guys. Every day. Ooh, I got murked. Sorry guys if you hear my mom talking to herself. See, look, it's turning by itself. That's just how it does it. It gets annoying after a while.
You win this fight and you return to the front line, but if you lose, you're done. It's time to break something.
Oh, blew me up.
Hot out there. Return to base when you're ready.
Already some beans. I think I'm gonna make them refried beans, like smash them up. Eat them with some tapatio. Alright guys, you already know, Flawless God Season 7's up. God Gang, your real live ordained minister and reverend out here, Reverend Fernando. Let's go.